If you have a plan B or a backup plan, then just know that for sure your plan A will never work. Plan B or the backup plan is something which makes sure that the original plan won't work ever. Use the psychology behind it. When you have a backup plan, then your brain kind of relies on that. Your brain is like, okay, I have a backup plan. So I can maybe ease down a bit. I don't need to go super hard on my original plan A because I have plan B to fall back on. When you have something to fall back on, your brain just like sort of relaxes and just comes back into its comfort zone, which will just not make you work that hard, which will just not make you work enough to actually just like achieve that plan A, to just complete that plan A. It'll never work because you have something to just fall back on. Plan B is what kills plan A. If you ever want plan A to work, you just have to eliminate plan B and all your backup plans completely. For ones who think that maybe it's too risky, then I mean, is this the price you pay? You can't have something to fall back on and just like go all crazy on the original plan. You just can't, like your brain doesn't work that way. Like just imagine if you don't have a backup plan or something to fall back on, you just wouldn't stop until you've achieved the plan A. So you just don't have an option. It's do or die. Let's just take an example of a marathon, okay? Let's just say you're supposed to run a half marathon, which is like a very big deal. And let's just say if you don't complete it, you die. I mean, I'm definitely sure that 100% of people will complete the half marathon, even if it's at the cost of their knees. I'm so sure everyone will cross the line. But now let's just say that there's an option that they can just stop running and go back and binge eat and watch Netflix. I mean, I'm so sure that more than 90% of people won't even like give it a shot, and most of them will just like go back home halfway. Is because your brain knows that you can just leave it right there and still be good. When your brain knows that there's just no fucking option, you just have to do this, then you will do this. It might not seem that practical for the working class or for majority of the people, but it's just the fact because psychologically, why would your brain like you can comprehend that enough? Like why would your brain work so hard, like out of its comfort zone to just achieve something which is just a bit better than the backup plan? It'll just fall back on the plan B. It doesn't need to work that hard. Like just let's just say your plan B is 80% out of 100 and your plan A was 100. Then your brain will just be like, okay, I can just sit back and enjoy all the 80% of the juice. But if you just but if it's just 100% or it's nothing at all, then like definitely your brain is going to like go fucking nuts and just do anything in its reach to just like achieve that. I promise you that every single person who's ever had a backup plan has eventually fall back on that. There's no way your brain will work hard enough to actually achieve the plan A if there is a plan B which is just like relaxing your brain incessantly. Plan B is like the devil and plan A is like the angel, and it's just like there's just this contradiction going on in your brain, and the devil will always win because it's just an easier choice for your brain. Like it's human brain, we don't like enjoy doing crazy hard stuff. None of us are David Goggins that will just like do stupid stuff for fun. No, you will always choose the easier option, which is still not that bad. If you have a plan B, then just like completely cut it out. Just throw it away because it'll kill the plan A. Your plan A will never work. Like just imagine why would your brain even take efforts for something just like a bit better than something else where you can just completely relax and just sit back and just enjoy the 80% of it. Like why would your brain even take that much? Even if it's not 80%, even if it's just like 40, your brain would still fall back on that because it's just the relaxation and not working hard enough and just like being in the comfort zone, the lovely little comfort zone. Why would your brain like take that many efforts to just like be outside the comfort zone and just work your ass off? Like it'll always just take the easier option to just sit back and just like do with what you have. Like complacency is what your brain will go for. You just have to like fucking force your brain to not be complacent and just like punch it, keep punching it like a fucking punching bag and just like keep going at planning. Because if you just don't have anything to fall back on, You just don't have an option. You don't have an option. You just have to go there. Like, let's just say all of us are in a forest and there's nothing to eat except animals, and if we are vegetarians, like, eventually every single person there will start eating non-vegetarian because they want to fucking live. Like, no one will be like, I'm a vegetarian, I'll only eat plants and everything. Like, no, they will eventually just start eating those animals because they just don't have an option. When you don't have an option, you do the thing which you have. You just have to do it. There's no other way around. And when there's no other way around, you just go do that. This is also why marriages work. It's also why people from like a few years back used to get married earlier, because when you have options, you just don't go for the one because you have a lot of options to choose from, and that's what kills the single one thing which was made for you. There are literally like thousands of examples that prove that having a plan B or any backup plan, any number of backup plans, there are thousands of examples which prove that having a backup plan or just any number of backup plan or a plan B, that it'll always just like destroy plan A. Your plan A is never going to work. Never, because you just have something easier to fall back on, and your brain will always go for that. Always. There's no way your plan A will work when you have a backup plan to fall back on. No way. So the thing I'm trying to say in this video is, just don't think that you have something to fall back on. Even if you do, just like completely disregard it and just focus on the one single thing you have. That's the only way it will work. And the best case, honestly, is it you actually don't fucking have another plan, and that's the only thing you have to do, because when you don't have anything else to do, you just go do the thing you have. It's so psychologically clear, and I actually might sound fucking crazy, but like, it's so obvious that just when you have a lot of options, just don't go for the thing you actually need, because there are a lot of options which just makes it easier to fall back on. So if you just want something bad enough and you just want it to work, then just completely cut off every single thing to fall back on, because then you just have to make that thing work, because you just have nothing else to just like fall back on or choose from. Like, that's the thing, and it's completely done. It's sealed. So now you just can't take it back. You have to just go for it. And when that's the case, you will go for it and you will achieve that. It's fucking crazy. The minute you think that you have something to fall back on, or you just like start finding loopholes, like, that's the very second you'll just completely lose right there. And as a human, your brain will think that, oh, maybe I can just like fall back. Maybe I can just like be a bit complacent right there. Maybe I can just start tomorrow. Like, your brain will do that, because like, it is a human brain and it works the same way. You just have to keep reinforcing this, that no, you can't fall back. No, you can't take a rest. No, you can't do this. You can't do that. You can't fall back. Or you can't have a backup plan. There is no backup plan. You have this thing and you have to do this. That's it. Plan A will only work if that's the only plan you have. So just remember that whenever you have a lot of things to fall back on, a lot of options, a lot of plan Bs, backup plans, then the main thing will never work. You'll always fall back. So if you really want that one thing, then just like make your brain think that that's the only thing you have, and if it's not that, it's fucking nothing else. And then just see the magic your brain can do to just make that thing actually come true. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.